friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Amy. Today I have the kellofaplan Undated release here and I'm really excited for this. This is all available today, which is September 5th. I'll list all the details down below as to what time and what's releasing and all of that. But there are 3 Undated planner extension packs that are 6-month sets in different layouts. There are some covers and dividers that are releasing, as well as dated basics, which is exactly what you need to date your planner. So we're going to take a look at everything, and then I know people have been asking me about decorating planners with Dutch doors, so I thought this would be a perfect time to experiment because I can date things after we create the Dutch doors so I don't have to worry about accidentally cutting off any numbers. I have a couple of ideas. So we're gonna get to that, but first let's take a look at everything and then pick something to go ahead and set up. All right, so first let's take a look at dated basics. I have, it might be the original dated basics. I don't know, what is this one? It's just Dated Basics by kellofaplan. This might be the original one, and this is volume 5. So she's come out with these 5 times, and they're really useful, especially if you want to do anything super creative and need to cover over things, or you're using an undated planner. Okay, so here are a bunch of holidays that are listed, both in black and color text. We've got it all laid out here with fun little holidays. Cool, like National Pretzel Day, National Brother Day, Mac and Cheese Day, and then it has the date so you know when it's going to be. That is really fun. National Llama Day, that is a good one. All right, colorful versions. And then, as always, they're going to be months in various fonts and things like that. And it looks like we've also got them in colorful, so it goes from black to colorful. We've got days of the week here as well. This is so much fun. And tiny little months. Oh, this is cool. Tiny little month layouts, and you can write in the numbers here. That is very cute. And a whole bunch of monthly 1 to 31, so use as many as you need. And a couple different fonts this time. I like this. All right, colorful version. Oh yes, we've got the year all the way up through 2028. So this should last you a good couple of years if you're using it all the way up. That's awesome. Okay, we've got some more months in their shortened versions. And all the various colors, and a lot more days of the week. See, is this one large? Yeah, this is like one large one. You could either use it in the list format like this or cut it up. I'm always big on cutting up stickers to make them exactly how you need them. All right, lots and lots of Monday through Sunday because we need that a lot. And more 1 to 31. So this is a total functional dating sticker book. All right. We've got some different things here. Birthdays, off work, some more holidays. That is great. All right. So that is the entirety of the Dated Basics sticker book, which I use my date sticker books all the time. Anybody who comes out with date sticker books, they typically do sell out, I've noticed, whatever brand they're from. So if you're thinking about it, I'd get it quickly. All right, so this is the Boho cover and divider set. I know there are a couple different options, so let's just go ahead and take a look at this. So this is the cover. That is so cute. You could use it this way or that way because the back cover is the same. So you can pick which way to use it, but super cute. And look at these fun designs. Oh my gosh. This is so cute. I love these dividers. This is super fun. All right, so it comes with 12 dividers, just like, 12 months of the year. And they're all different. with this nice color scheme. It's a very calm color scheme. I like it. It's not too bright, but still has a lot of color in it. So that's great. Okay, so there's that. And what is this one? This one is some tab dividers that go along the top. That is really cool. All right, so this one comes with this little set with months, notes, self-care, dailies, tasks, all these different things that you could label up here. Let's go ahead. I'll lay these out one at a time so you can see them. These are really pretty with this like floral painted vibe. Oh, I love the purple. That is so cool. Okay. I really, really like these. Okay, and how many was that? Was that... There are 6. There are 6 of them in this. I don't know if there are other ones like this. I'll have to look at the site. You guys can look at the site too. Okay, as far as extension packs go, these are all classic sized. If you're used to using Happy Planner or things like that, it's the 9-disc size. Okay, so 7 inches by 9 1/4 inches, and each one is 6 months pre-punch. So this one is the dashboard layout. Let's take a look at that. All right, so the front is always going to be blank, and then it goes into a monthly page. And then the dashboard looks like this. Dot grid here, a little dot grid there, and then a box for each day of the week on the side, on the right side. So you can do whatever you want over here. You could add in notes or tasks, art journal page, journaling page, whatever you want. So she includes enough pages that you can get a full month out of it, and a lot of months there'll be an extra page or two, so you can just shrink it down to what size you need, and then it repeats. So that is the dashboard layout. There are 6 months of it here. Okay. And we've got the horizontal planner extension pack. And this one is the one I think we might use today. So the monthly is going to be the same. And then it's laid out like this. We've got a little dot grid section here. And then we've got just one big long section for each day. And I think we're going to use this because cutting these is going to be the best to not take away from each day individually. And we will have to put down new Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, as well as put the dates on all of this. So I think that is what we're going to use today to do a Dutch door. Horizontal, I think, is going to be the easiest one for this. I did do a spread, was it last year? Was it a whole year ago? I did a spread that was a vertical layout Dutch door, and it was like Dutch doors that I cut this way horizontally, and it turned out pretty cool. So I can try another like that soon using this. It just does take away, if you have the numbers on it, then you have to redate it. So either undated or planning on redating it anyways will be what you need to do. Okay, so this one's the vertical. So again, the same monthly layout here. And then the vertical layout looks like this. It is Monday through Thursday over here, Friday through Sunday, and then dot grid section that you can use for whatever. So yeah, I think we are going to set up the horizontal planner extension pack, and I'm going to play with that a little bit today. Let's go ahead and put it into the Boho discs, or Boho divider set, because I think it's so cute. I have my whole jar of discs here. These are my metal discs. I have jars of a ton of different discs. Kellofaplan does have discs if you're wanting to get some of this and you don't have extra discs. I'm already using the ones that I have from her on a different planner. So we're going to pick something else out. Would lavender look good? That might actually, but no. Not gold. Ooh, this green. It's like a blue-green. It goes really well with the dots here. We're going to use that one. So I'm gonna need 9, if I can find 9 of them. The only problem with this disc jar is that when I want very specific things, I have to like dump it out to find it. Okay. This one is not the same. Okay, wait, is that one also not the same? Okay. We're gonna find it, you guys. Might just take a minute. 1 second. All right, I think this is gonna look really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this up. The easiest way to do this is to do the 2 covers first, so it gets a little bit of support with the thick covers, and then put everything else in. So let's grab that other cover. And so that I don't lose anything, I'm gonna put all 12 dividers in here today. I won't be using all 12 dividers, of course, but they can just stay all together so that I don't get things misplaced. And we'll go ahead and only put 1 month of the Undated planner in here, because I'm probably going to be experimenting with Dutch doors a little bit, and month to month we'll change up what I'm using. So this might be a good planner for experimenting with Dutch doors in your planners. Can I put all 6 in at once? No, that's too much. Okay. But so yeah, we'll do 1 month of horizontal in here and play with it. See if I can get a whole month spread done with 1 set of Dutch doors. Do you guys think we can do that? Let's find out. Okay. So here's the horizontal, and we are gonna find a month of it, which is about here. And let's see, if we are doing it for the month of September, how many weeks do we have in the month? Let me take a look at a calendar really quick so that I can make sure I have the right number of pages. All right, so I had grabbed way too many pages. It is actually just 4 weeks in September. So we've got 4 pages. So if you're new here, I make a lot of Dutch doors in journals and do a lot of fun stuff with that. And I have my own creative journal that I write in, but I do a lot of different sizes to play around and try new things. So I have my little research and development notebooks. So this is about to be my research and development planner to do all this with. So we will date things once we're done setting this up, because I don't know how far we're gonna cut and things like that. But I think we're gonna use florals, because florals are really nice for Dutch doors. And we can pick a few of these different ones. This is the new Brilliant Blooms planner set that came out with the 2026 dated planners. I think that'll work really nicely. The thing that we have to do is start from the back, essentially, so that we know how far in we need to cut. I don't know if we'll end up cutting this page at all, because I don't want to take in from the month. But these pages, we can go in pretty far, I think. So we're going to start on the first Dutch door page, which is the second to last page. I'm actually, now that I put these in here, we're going to take them out, because we need to be able to cut and do all that. So besides a planner and stickers, you are going to need scissors or a gyro cut or a cutting tool of some kind, as well as you will want some whiteout if you're using clear stickers, so that you don't see the lines behind it if that bothers you. Okay, so for this first one, what color florals do we want to use? We're going to use a few different florals. I really love these purples. Ooh, but I love these a lot too. Okay, we're going to use these ones. And there are 2 pages of each of these floral sets, as well as some boxes. So we'll be able to decorate with boxes once we're done with the Dutch doors. All right, so we do want this to still be functional as we're using it, right? We don't want it to be completely taken over. So we're gonna try to make this a small Dutch door on this one because we have a few pages to do, so they're gonna keep coming inwards on each page. So as we look at this, we can see that there are some stickers that are kind of set up that will be pretty nice for putting stickers on the front and back. So we're just going to go ahead and start laying things down. And you can see here, you can see how the lines are seen through. So I'm going to go ahead, since I'm not quite sure where everything's going to lay down, you do not need to white out where you're going to put your stickers if you don't want to. I just like doing that. So if you don't care if you see some little lines through it, then don't bother with that step. For me, I enjoy the look better if I can cover it up. So we're just gonna actually go all the way down really quick. This might just take a moment. So I don't have to keep whiting it out over and over and over. Am I running out here? Or is it still going? Ah, that one's out. Okay, good thing I have like 20 million of these. I buy these in bulk for this purpose. In the notebooks, I don't need to deal with this because the dot grid is fine. It doesn't have like lines and stuff. But here, I like to cover it up. Okay, so now we're just gonna go ahead and start laying down stickers, and we'll cut around all the edge in just a minute. This is looking pretty cute so far. I wonder how it's gonna all come together because doing this sort of thing in a planner is pretty new for me. But I occasionally get the question if and how it would work. And so I wanna show you guys how I would do this. Okay, this is my gyro cut. I like it because it turns 360 degrees as I'm cutting, so I don't have to pick it up a bunch of times as I'm trying to move it. But I will say you don't need to use one of these. You can use scissors. You can use like an X-Acto knife or something like that. But I find this just helps me a little bit since I'm doing this all the time. This is what I like to do when I'm journaling and things like that. Okay, my cutting board is not as big as the paper, so I have to shift it. Okay, so you can see how easy that was to cut like that. We'll figure out something for the back page at the very end, but first, the most important thing is figuring out the back side of it. You do not need to put anything on the back side, but you totally can, and I like to do that. Okay, I need a little piece of paper as I white out these little bits so I don't go over the edge onto my desk or the paper or something like that. Okay. And again, by the end of this, I might not be whiting out all these lines. It might be too much whiting out for me. I don't know yet. Okay, so now I'm not going to white out the dot grid because I don't mind the dot grid. I'm going to white out that line though. Okay, So now we're just gonna go ahead and go to the next page and try to use similar stickers and see if we can get them to line up. The back side, what I always say, is never exactly perfect, but you can get things pretty close. So like you can see, this doesn't quite come all the way out, but it still follows that shape pretty well. Which one was the one that I was just looking at? Oh, right. Okay. And we may have a few little gaps to fill in, like this little thing right here. So we will figure it out. You can always, you know, make adjustments to flowers, cut them up, things like that to make it all fit together. Like this one, I think is going to fit best, kind of turning like that. It doesn't quite go all the way to the edge there, but that's okay. Okay, this one, I actually think it'll be best if we put it like this and let that leaf go over the other leaf. I think that's gonna look good. All right, and then so that we can try to save a sticker, what if we put this one? Will it work if we just put it like this? Oh my gosh, it will. I could have just folded it over instead of cutting it. Okay, so now we need to figure out what's gonna go right in that little spot, and then this first Dutch door is done. Okay, so we're gonna take this one, pick it up. We're gonna use this little flower and just stick it right there and call that good. All right, we have a lot of other purple flowers to decorate these pages with. We do need to go on to the next one now and figure out how we're gonna do this. Okay, so next color scheme, which floral should we choose? Or another idea, because I'm thinking about it and I want to be able to have this whole page use the same color scheme. So we're gonna get some washi tape to use. This is my washi tape drawer. So for the purple, let's go ahead and use a purple stripe. And then on the other side, I need to pick the new color that we're gonna go with, the new florals. So I actually kind of love these ones. These shapes are really simple and easy. So to go with that, let's choose a pink tape. And I don't want them all to be stripes, so I'm gonna choose hexagons for that. We may bring this drawer back out to pick a few more tapes if we have the need for them. But right now, let's go ahead and figure out exactly where I want this tape. This side is gonna be the floral side. So we'll do this and cut it and then put the purple tape on the back side. This also will help us save a little bit of space so that one of our cuts is only like pushing the page in that way a very little bit, since these washi tapes are so thin. All right, I am back. It is nap time. My son's asleep and my daughter finished one project and wanted help setting up another. So we are all having our own little crafty moment right now. Okay, so we are going to use the purple on the back side. First, cover over that little spot. use the purple here so that it hopefully matches a little bit with the flowers over here. So you can see this is what it'll look like on this side, and we will get some more florals and some boxes in here, as well as, of course, dating it in just a minute. Okay. So we've got that. That is what that's gonna look like right now. Cool? I think it looks pretty cool. Okay, so now we're gonna go to those nice pink and purples and try to do it so it's lined up like this. The cool thing about doing this in a planner is in a notebook, I just have to keep looking like this to see where things are lined up, but this I can just pull down and see exactly where the lines are, so I know exactly where I need to put my stickers so that I can do the next stair step kind of down. Okay. So we're just gonna go ahead and start placing things down. Oh, no we're not, because do I wanna white out a little bit? Yes, yes I do. All right, here we go. And if you ever white out too much, the way you can get it to come up is just use your nail or something like that and scratch at it. Why is this pulling what I've previously put down? What is going on with it? I don't like what you're doing, little whiteout. Maybe we will be done whiting out in just a minute. I don't usually use this much of it. It's like getting stuck on this. Why are you getting stuck? Okay, I think we are gonna go to just whiting out the very dark lines. All right, we'll just go with it from there. Okay, so this is all lined up, and we want it like there. And then we're just gonna make our way down this little line, trying to make it so we see a little bit of pink and not too much of anything else. If I find that I've gone too far and I see a lot of white after I cut this out, I can put another layer of the pink to make that whiter. That is not a problem. That's actually pretty easy to fix. The problem is if I go too far that way and go over the pink, I can't really fix that too easily. So we're just working our way down, trying to stay pretty close to that pink line if we can. All right, so let's go ahead and cut this and see how we did. And again, always use a cutting board. You don't want to hurt your table or the paper underneath it. Or just use scissors where you can pick it up. But that takes a little bit more work because you're constantly rotating the paper and things like that. All right, let's see what we have done here. Oh, that looks so cute so far. Look at that. Okay, and you can see I used way too much white out here. So what I'll just do is kind of scratch like that on each of these places. And then it's not whited out quite so far. And there we go. Okay, let's get the back side of this done. this is turning out pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with how this is going, you guys. Okay. So this one, we're gonna try to fit in as best we can. It's a little bit different, of course, on the back side. I have white out all over me and folding stickers. Okay. How did this one go? Upwards. Okay. Can I get this one to work that way as well? Oh, I think it'll work pretty well if I do it like that. Cool. Okay. You don't need to pick the same sticker for the back side, but if they're somewhat even in their shape, these aren't going to be symmetrical, but if they're somewhat even in their shape, it does make it a little bit easier. There's my very happy washing machine. It sings a lovely song. All right. We'll do that. And then one last sticker. I think we'll go this way this time. Okay, pretty cool. Trim these up. And then you can see that this is the way this one looks. And of course, we're gonna put boxes and dates and days of the week and all of that into it so that it really is pulled together nicely. But let's see. There we go. That's what it's looking like so far. We're gonna get, pink will go on this back side again. And I think, oh yeah, we can cut it. I think to make things come together even better, we're gonna do purple again and go back to the other purples on this page. But we're gonna be able to cut this one as well. The whole this month section is going to get cut off. But we can literally just put it up right against this edge and it's gonna fit perfectly. Oh, that is great. Okay. And this is the last cut of the Dutch doors before we make it all go together. And then the pink was going to go on this side. Alrighty. This is so cool. That actually worked perfectly. So our Dutch doors look like this. We do need to put down something over here. And I am thinking we're gonna do a row of purple. It's not gonna cover the whole thing. And then we're gonna go ahead and get florals right up next to it. But I do want another thing of purple. I could have done white out along this because of this line going that way. But oh well. All right, let's take a look at what it looks like really quick. Yeah, we need a few more purple florals, or something else I've been doing recently in my journals is using, ooh, I have a purple one, even better. I'm using this whiteboard tape that's really skinny. I think I'm gonna use purple today. As a little like extra thing to just extend my little washi tape and make a little border. And I think it looks pretty cute to have this little white gap and then a skinny little dark line as a little border. And I think with that, I don't even need to put more florals with it on that spot. Cool. Okay, then we are going to put the purple here. Am I going to put it over there as well? Okay, so when this closes, we're going to see that much. I think we're actually going to put some flowers over there. And it's going to take up most of the Sundays, but we could put some boxes down with it, but that's okay. All right. Ooh, what about, this is not quite as long as the page, but could we make it work? Luckily, stickers come up pretty easy, so if this doesn't work out the way I want, I'll pull it back up. But I'm wondering if I can use this with this other one and somehow get it to all fit with a line here. So we're gonna do sticker surgery. It's when I cut things up and try to make it fit as best I can. So this one we're gonna cut like that for now. And down here we do need to cut some pieces off. So I'm going to set this to the side for a minute and try my hardest to only cut through the sticker and not go through the paper. Okay, so we've got that part off. Still more to cut. I want to get all this dark green leaf, but leave the light green leaf. Okay, let's see what happened there. See what I ended up cutting. Okay, there's a little bit of green left, but I think that might be okay. We're just gonna go like this. There's also a little bit of purple right there, but you know, it's close enough. And that made a nice big section. Okay, so that is how I would create Dutch doors in a horizontal layout planner. We are of course going to decorate it to pull it all together and get it set up for the month of September. So let's go ahead and do that. We still have some florals and boxes to do, but first we are going to use Dated Basics and get this all the way set up. Okay, so for the month of September, I want a nice, this one matches the font pretty well here. So let's go ahead and put the September, let's put it kind of in the middle here. We know that's Sunday, so I'm not too worried about covering that over. And then this is what I really wanted, is that it's all decorated over there. We can put some boxes in and things like that if we need to, but it's like really, really nicely organized. Okay, now these all are for 2026. There's no 2025, so we're gonna ignore that. and not put a 2025 there. Okay, so now what day of the week does September start on? That's an important place to start. All right, I just checked. September starts on a Monday. So we are gonna grab some number stickers. Just these ones, and we're gonna use these and put them down, and we're gonna get everything dated. So this video is probably pretty long, so I'm not gonna have you sit while I date this whole thing. So I'm gonna finish this month and then show you how I'll do the next few weeks. All right, so here's how it looks for this weekly spread. I think what I am gonna do really quick, because I feel like this has a lot of flowers, is put just one of these right up here to bring some balance. We'll see how many purple flowers we have at the end of this, but at least there's that to keep it a little bit more balanced. And now we need to fix this page. So Monday is the 1st, and there we go. That's kind of what it looks like. We'll put it on the discs at the end to see, but we need to get some Monday through Wednesday stickers down. Maybe cover over these if we need a new font, or if we're using a new font, but this one is fairly similar to that one, though it's a little bit bigger. So I think we will go ahead and put down these for all of them. And so this has a little bit less space than it normally would, right? So you can see that it's a little bit smaller, but there's still plenty of functional space, and you got to do your little creative thing and cut some things down, make it cute. And you totally don't need to do Dutch doors to make it cute, but people have asked, can you do this in your planner? And yes, you can. It just takes a little bit of creative logic thinking to sort out how it's all gonna look. Okay, do I want to put dates? Let's put dates so you can see how it would look. You do not need to use dates if you don't want to. But what I would do is just do like Monday 1, Tuesday 2, and so on. So I'm gonna go ahead and, again, really long video today. I know you guys love the long videos, but I'm cutting time where I can. And I am going to finish fixing and dating all of these pages, and then we'll get to decorating each of these pages to just fully pull it together. All right, I finished dating these, so now we can go ahead and lay down a few boxes, put a few more florals in, and call it good. Typically what I'm using boxes for in my planner is like appointments or bigger things that I need to keep track of. So I don't use a ton of boxes. Okay, so we have lots of boxes here that go with these florals. We've got some really big ones. So if you had like something really big going on, you could use just one big one like that. You don't need to keep them straight up and down. You can use them however you want to. I might also have a little layered set of boxes and give myself a little more space by coming outside the lines here. And I love layering things over, you guys know that. Okay, so to keep it even, I will put another bigger box here and then put a set of boxes for layering up on this side as well. I'm gonna put it right here with the little section of whiteout that I wanted to cover over. Okay, we've got that. And then we also have these dots. So if you wanted to put down a couple of things for some of the days, you could have your little checklist going on and do that a couple of times. But this is pretty nicely decorated. We do need to add some florals in, so we will do that momentarily. But functionally, this is looking pretty good so far. Okay, then we do have a lot of flowers left. This one is a perfect corner to pages flying everywhere to put right here and have it come up against the tape and just put up in the corner there. And then to kind of pull that together, I'm actually gonna use this one. And I think because we've got flower here and down the side, I'm gonna try to line this one up and put it across the middle here, and we'll trim it. So I do love making spine spreads. That's when you put them all the way up the spine here, and you'll need a planner punch for that unless you want to spend a lot of time cutting things out. But if you're only doing like one little thing over the spine, just cutting it out with scissors is super quick and easy. Okay. And honestly, I think that is good as far as decoration goes on that page. Let's move over to here. We're going to do the pink again here because of what we've got along the spine. So I think we'll do a Tuesday big one, and let's do green. A Thursday big box as well. And then I've only got one of these left, which is fine. I'm going to put it over here. And what color haven't I used yet? The purple. So I'm going to put it like this. So because I've separated it like that, I don't think I'm going to put another layered section over here, but I am going to do some dots again. I think having a little checklist for each day of the week is really nice. And I could put a box up here in the little section. I'd use that section for extra notes or tasks that I might do, but I don't know what day of the week I'm going to do them on yet. Yeah. Do I need any boxes up there? Maybe we could do a little 3 set of boxes. That could be cute. All right, so there are all the dots. I think for now, well, we're going to use this one again. We have 2 pages of the same thing, right? So I'm going to put this one on this side this time. I think that'll look really nice. And we just want to pull the florals over this way, so I'm going to use this one again. They're already cut for you, so you don't have to worry about cutting them in half to get them right up against any straight line. Look at that. Okay, so with that, I think I do want just a little bit like down here and then up at the top as well. Especially since on this page we're only doing the 1 box. Okay, this is a lot of flowers. Flowers are like, I think, the best place to start for Dutch doors, unless you've purchased stickers that are specifically set up for Dutch doors, that are like symmetrical or mirror images. But flowers you can kind of shape into what you need really easily. Okay, now we're going to go to the purples. Oh. That was not the purples. That was a different one that I used. Okay. Here we go. And let's do some big boxes again and some smaller boxes. I'm going to put this one right here. And then do a purple. Right there. And then this one here because I want to put some flowers right there if I can. And then this one I'll go all the way up here. Now this one I'm not going to put dots in because you don't need them and it'll look great all the same. But we will put a few more florals in. So these corner ones are just so great. So we're going to put that one in right over here. Okay, and then something little right there. This one probably fits perfectly, yeah. And then because we put that one there, let's get a little thing right there as well. Again, you can cover over the lines if you feel you need to. I kind of gave up, as you can tell. There's just too much whiting out doing a whole month of spreads at once. But whatever you feel like you need to do, go ahead and do that. Let's see, then this feels empty. So I'm going to put this one here. And of course, we will use the rest of this sticker, trying not to waste stickers as I cut them. And I am going to put it right up here. And I feel like I could just put a little bit more. Should I? No, we're going to leave it. All right, so some more boxes. I do have 4 more big boxes left. So let's go ahead and see how it looks with, do I want to use all 4 big boxes? If I do, I'd go here. Sure, let's go ahead and use 4 big boxes. We'll just go with it. So put this one over here and the last one up there. And because we did that, just grabbing 4 of these, and we are going to do a little layering again. Just because we can. Put it at the top. Okay, so we've got that, and we're just gonna get a few flowers in. I still have these corner ones and side ones, so we've definitely got to use those because they're so easy to put in your planner. So this one's gonna go here. A little bit of it folded over. Let's fix that. And then this one, let's have it go across the middle. I can't wait to see it on the discs and actually see how it all came together. Okay, trying to put this down in a straight line. Okay. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and cut like this. It's easier than getting out the punch for just like 1 or 2 holes. All the little scraps are sticking to it. Okay. This is looking very cute, you guys. Okay. I feel like we could get like a sticker in here and maybe right there. So let's go ahead and do that. And this one can just go like this. I'm okay when the stickers go over the dates and stuff. I mean, clear stickers. Paper stickers, not so much, because it would completely cover over it. But this I'm okay with. All right, and then this one, let's put it right here, actually. I think that pulls it together pretty well. And then maybe one little one right there also. Okay, that's pretty good. The last thing before we put it on the discs and actually see how it all looks when it's lined up perfectly is, do I need anything else on this page? I don't really have many boxes left, and I'm okay without boxes on this spread, but should I put some florals in? I think we could get a few in just towards the bottom because we have all this space here. Okay, and then this one just like that. Maybe just filling that little gap a very little bit. And if we did that, we can put this one right here. Okay. Let's put this onto the discs and see how it all looks. All right, so move this out of the way, rock the camera. Hey, stop moving. All right, and this is what we've got. Here are our Dutch doors, and we've got a full month of spreads using an undated horizontal planner with the Dated Basics Volume 5 and Brilliant Blooms, both from kellofaplan. All right, I absolutely love how this came out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you have any Dutch door ideas or thoughts for a planner. I'm going to be trying out some different things over the next couple of months, so let me know what you want to see. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.